They're from Peru. They're not from Mexico. I just had an entire bag of avocados I cut open. Every one of them is rotten. What a waste of money. Don't buy avocados at Costco. You gotta find avocados from Mexico because those are the good ones. Peru avocados, don't buy them. My bad.
What the hell? Is that avocado made out of rubber? I ain't never seen no avocado do that. Yo, do not buy this brand of avocados from Costco.
Just throw all of them. There's rubber, fruits, and vegetables at Costco. All of these were mushy and like brown and everything you can see. This one we cut open, we had to rip it open. It's perfectly green, and look at this. Like, I cannot get it to break. Check your fruits and veggies from Costco.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom to all the men and women who are rehearsing the righteous acts day in and day out. Shalom to you. Before we get started, I want to give all praises, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who are preaching and teaching this truth across the four corners of the world to so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous of the America, and the speckled bird that are amongst those other nations that look like those from those other nations, but their lineage goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as well. Okay, so as you saw that video of that lady pretty much witnessing the corruption at a larger scale, and we know this corruption's been going on for a while, but now it's just becoming more and more blatantly obvious, Salakia. So GMOs have been around for years, right? But now it's getting ready to boost up to another level. Okay? And myself, I could speak and testify that I maybe it was like 2-3 weeks ago, we had bought some groceries, and we do go to Costco as well sometimes. And I believe those were avocados that we had got from that store as well. And of course, you know, we didn't really read the label of where it came from, but I do remember the avocados looking pretty rubbery to the extent where you could literally bend them and twist them. And I do remember in the spirit, very curious about those avocados that I was eating. And I was like, man, this avocado is really stiff and hard, damn near rubbery, right? So we are at the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble, and it's getting ready to ramp up to a whole nother level where people are going to be blown away by the corruption, right? So let's get started here. Salakia for the long intro. Don't have a title for this video yet, but it's obvious the corruption is getting worse and worse and worse on every aspect of this world, from the foods that we eat to the laws that are being passed every day, executive orders on the nation of Israelites in specific, but they also have an effect on the rest of the nations as well. And that's the part where they're being blinded by their own corruption. They're being blinded by their own greediness and perseverance, right? Their self-perseverance, Salakia. You know, to preserve themselves away from all the corruption, right? So they think that they're not going to be somehow affected by all this corruption and all this wicked spells that are casted over the Israelites. All right, and they're wrong. Okay, so let's get started here. Let's get started here in Matthew 7, and let's start at 17. Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. Okay? And this is figuratively speaking here. You know, there's only one good tree, and it's the tree of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai that bringeth forth good fruit, right? And that corrupt tree is the tree of the wicked, and all it knows and was designed to do is to bring forth evil, right? Wickedness, corruption, lies, murder, etc. And we are currently under the vibration and ruling empire of Esau Edom, which is that corrupt tree. And all it could bring forth is evil fruit, right? In every aspect of life, not just herbs and actual fruits that you eat, but every aspect of life with injustices, right? Corruption of the law, inequality, fascism, racism, all the above. Okay? And that goes, you could use that precept, you know, Job 9:24. The world is given into the hand of the wicked, right? Let's go there real quick. Let's find that real quick here, just so I won't butcher it. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? And the wicked is Esau Edom, right? He is the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan out here in the world, doing all the left-handed work, like the corrupt tree that he is, that bringeth forth nothing but evil fruit. No matter what he touches, it will be corrupted. It will be filled with corruption and evil spells. Okay? He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Right? And he also covereth the faces of the righteous true men of the Lord, which are the true Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites from the Bible, are the men that are preaching and teaches his 100% true gospel. Even from ancient times, he's done that, right? He covereth the faces of the true judges that God gave and ordained them to be the light of the world. Okay? Let's go back over here. Matthew 7:18. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit. Right? The true men and women who worship Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai with humility and sincerity across the four corners of the world, it's in their spiritual nature, by them being Hebrew Israelites, to not bring forth evil fruit. Okay? They have the zeal for Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, and nothing will separate them from that. It is just the way Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai made them. Period. All right, let's continue here. Neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. All right? Esau Edom, no matter how hard he tries, he cannot bring forth good fruit. Right? He wasn't designed to be that way. His spiritual nature is full of corruption, and all it could do is bring forth evil fruit. Right? It cannot bring forth good fruit. It just cannot. Right? They weren't given the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay? And let's continue reading here. Matthew 7:19. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. And that's exactly what's getting ready to happen here at Babylon the Great, which is in the spirit. This is America, and it's going to be hewn down. And if you go into that word hewn, it means to be chopped off, right? Chopped off and sent to the fire. Okay, it will be casted into the fire, meaning these ICBM missiles that are coming to hit Babylon the Great, for all the corruption and all the wicked acts and the genocide and controversy against the nation of Yasharallah. That is what's coming here as judgment of the Lord. Right? Let's go here to that word hewn real quick. And the Greek transliteration is ekopto. Okay? To cut out, cut off. Right? To cut off, cut down, hewn down. And that's what Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua is getting ready to do, not just to this wicked ruling empire, but all the heathens of the world. They will be cut down and chopped and be ready to be sent into this fire, the lake of fire that's getting ready to manifest here in Babylon the Great. Okay? Let's get started here. Genesis 3:17. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it, cursed is the ground for thy sake, in sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of the life. Right? So this is a cursing even from the beginning of the book of Genesis. Right? The whole earth has been cursed. Thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Right? Even the beautiful, simple pleasures that Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai has made for the nation of Yasharallah can't eat it at peace without being worrisome of what they're intaking into their body. Nothing but poison, because these wicked damn Edomites are in control of the whole agriculture of the world. Okay? And even themselves, you hear them whining like that lady and bickering about the state of the world and the stuff that they have to deal with. Right? Not because they want to, because they're forced to. Let's go here to Hosea 4:3. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven. Yeah, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. Right? The whole land is going to be in languish. And that is what you're seeing more and more at a higher level. The land mourneth, the earth, the trees, the flowers, everything on this planet Earth is suffering because the wicked is in power, is in rulership, as Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai allowed it to be. Okay? And with the fowls of heaven and the fishes of the sea. Okay? Because the wicked ruling power of Esau, Edom, has the whole world under this corrupt vibration, under this wicked vibration, right? Let's go here to Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children. All right. We have lost our ways. Right? That's why we're under the current ruling power of Esau, Edom. Okay? And that's why the world is in languish. The world is in mourning, sad, depressed. Can't even figure out what to eat. Right? Questioning everything. Is this good? Trying to figure out ways to consume something healthy. You're seeing all the diseases. People dying from all types of diseases. You know, every couple years you get one crazy, virus hit the earth. right? Has everybody in panic mode. All because, you know, the righteous nation of Yasharallah is not in power. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai hasn't brought salvation yet to the world of Israel. Right? That is the world without end. Yasharallah is the world without end. Right? Right? Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay? Let's go here real quick. Romans 8:21. Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of Yahweh. Right? Once again, you know, even the creatures are going to be delivered from this bondage. Right? Everybody and everything, every creature, every beast of the field, every fruit, every tree, every animal, marine life of the sea is under bondage, is under corruption. Right? And this is the fruit of this corrupt tree and what is manifested across the whole globe. Right? And people have no clue, except for the true men of the Lord who worship with sincerity and humility, right? And understand this 100% true gospel, right? And not are easily fooled by the current times, right? They have the wisdom and understanding, the true knowledge of this 100% true gospel, right? And that's why they stand firm till his deliverance comes here and brings salvation to the nation of Yasharallah. Okay? So, Yahweh willing, I just wanted to, Spirit, you know, move me to do this video on this particular topic because it's about to get worse and worse. It's going to be taken up 2 more levels harder. You know, you're starting to see the food, you know, just worse condition. The expiration on the foods are going to be a lot quicker. You know, in case you guys didn't know, the geopolitics that are going on with Babylon the Great has caused this to become even more worrisome, right? Has caused this corruption to become even higher. You know, they have lost a lot of the agricultural trades with Mexico, which was right next door. And common sense tells you if you have to bring freight, whether it be by sea or plane, it takes longer. Not only does it take longer, but it costs more, right? And when you're talking about products that are perishable, like actual fruit and food, of course the quality lowers down, right? Of course the quality is going to be more poor. The expiration is going to be quicker because you're going to have to wait on it longer. And this wicked heathen doesn't care. He'll sell it to you as is, or maybe even still claim that it's still healthy and inject it with certain chemicals to make that food last longer on the shelf life in the stores. Right? And this is just one example how you're starting to see the food become even more corrupted. Right? So that's why we have to have Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai in these crazy times to be our knowledge and be our wisdom and stability of these current times, when a lot of people are going to be bugged out. A lot of people are going to be mad, frustrated, in languish, like we just got done reading it, in anguish, Salakia, mourning, sad, right? A lot of these spirits are going to be uptight, man. But there's a lot of people that are lost out there, and they will consume that because they don't have no wisdom and understanding. These people don't care. They'll eat that rubbery avocado, not knowing that in a couple years, that rubber, whatever it's in there that causes it to be that hard and stiff, could cause potential damage in their organs, man. We don't know what type of damages it could cause, right? It might boost up the levels of cancer in your body, man. Ain't no telling with this damn devil, man. Meanwhile, the elites probably have their own farms in their land. Have all types of migrants working for them only. You best believe they will. Right? And here we are claiming and crying about injustices. Right? But won't hearken into this 100% true gospel, man. That's the only way you will ever have true righteousness running this whole globe, man. Right? And in specific, you Hebrew Israelites, you have to hearken into this 100% truth more than anybody, because it starts with us. The covenants, the law, statutes, and commandments were given unto us. Right? We have to get aligned with Yahweh Bahashib Yahushai first and foremost. Okay, so Yahweh willing, this was edifying to the hopeful elect. Before I go, I want to give all praises, all glory to Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Rahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who are preaching and teaching this truth with humility and sincerity across the four corners of the world. To the hopeful elect, all the men and women who worship with humility and sincerity,